A Yoruba leader championing the Yoruba nation's self-determination struggle, Professor Banji Akintoye, on Sunday apologized to the victims of transatlantic slave trade in Yoruba land. Akintoye said that some of the victims of slave trade cursed the fortunate generation of Yoruba people over the unholy collaboration between the then leaders of the Yoruba people and the Portuguese and Dutch businessmen who came to Africa for the businesses of slave trade in the 18th century. Akintoye, in an open letter to Yoruba people, which was obtained by Sahara reporters through his communication office, said the Holy Spirit told him that the spirits of the Yoruba forefathers sold for peanuts to Portuguese and Dutch people as slaves are behind the lack of growth, development, progress, peace, and unity in the Yoruba land among the Yoruba people. Multiple reports say more than 1 million Africans, including Yoruba people, were exported to Europe and America as slaves by Europeans, bringing salt to Africa in 18th century through Porto Novo Kingdom in the present-day Benin Republic through the collaboration of some local warriors. Akintoye, a renowned historian and scholar, said the alleged curses placed on Yoruba people by victims of the transatlantic slave trade, many of whom jumped into the Atlantic Ocean during their first trip to Europe and America, needs to be cleansed in order for Yoruba people to enjoy God's favor, cohesion, unity, and progress. The open letter reads, "Dear Yoruba people, my name is Professor Banji Akintoye. This letter comes to you as an overdue apology from the several generations of the Yoruba race that are dispersed around the world. This is not an ordinary letter, it is an epistle born out of deep revelation and shared by many children of God of Yoruba extraction all over the universe. Predating colonialism and slavery in Africa in the 80th and the 90th centuries, the Yoruba race had engaged in internal conflict, resulting in maritime extra-tribal and internecine warfare. Historians mostly agree that such evil unrest did not result in commercialization of human captives until the era of colonialism and slave trade on the African soil. Yet, we have to agree that foreigners did not do this without the corroboration of some of the indigenous people of the Yoruba. According to the revelation referenced above, a segment of the captive Yoruba sons and daughters held into slavery looked back and placed a curse on the land and people that violated their humanities by selling them into slavery. Furthermore, Holy Spirit revealed that some among the Yoruba captives committed suicide by jumping off the captive ships into their deaths deep into the Atlantic Ocean, while others simply placed the curse and endured the shame by continuing the captive's journey. For this, the need for reconciliation and unreserved apologies is real and past due. Against this backdrop of atrocity of historical proportions unleashed against the people of Black African, which escalated into the full-blown slavery, the current generation of the Yoruba seek to tender an unreserved heartfelt apology on the behalf of the past generations of forefathers, monarchs, and chiefs who participated in slavery, those who folded their hands in helplessness, those who looked the other way when they came, have spoken or stood against the perpetrators of these evil crimes against humanity, and those who cooperated and or benefited from the sales of their brothers and sisters, children, parents, friends, and neighbors. Words alone cannot atone for the immeasurable amount of suffering endured by our brothers and sisters during the forceful passengers into the new world as they entered the narrow passage that ushered them into the journey of no return. Yet, words have to be offered to express remorse, regret, and above all, to ask for forgiveness that could only come from the heart and straight from the throne of grace. In all reality, a crime have a millennium-old may seem forgotten and forgettable. Perhaps it may even be misconstrued as negligible and perceived as having outlived the status of limitation. Yet, as the Yoruba often say in the context of their indigenous rhetoric, the only one past faces to mess up the part may forget, but the one who had to clean up the mess will never forget, even if the small is gone. The thoughts of the blemish and inner valuation may linger. Having said all that, we say it from the bottom of our hearts that we sincerely understand if you still nurse the heart and feel the pain. After all years may heal the wound, but the scar may always remain. All we can say is to appeal that you please forgive our forefathers on whosoever behalf we tender those apologies, and to forgive us as offsprings of our erring fathers. May God bless you all, lighten your burdens, redeem time for you and generations to come after you, and heal our land. Above all, may the law of the universe forgive the Yoruba race and move it into a new dispensation in its onward march towards the attainment of redemption and enjoyment of its potential. Amen. Okay, guys, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Thank you very much.